Hi everyone, this is Richelle Tagawa Terasa and I am reporting for Module 13, Voicing, and I am going to focus on voice quality. So for our video today, we're going to discuss the four information. The first one is what is voice? Number two, voice on the radio. Number three, voice quality. And number four, we are going to also talk about correct breathing and relaxing the voice. So let us start first by defining what is voice. From Cambridge Online Dictionary, it says the sound that are made when people speak or sing. So very simple, very plain. That is the definition of voice. But what about voice on radio? So I have here a definition contributed by Gavin McCoy in Quora website, and it says voice on radio is the one that is clear, pleasant, and easy to listen to, with good pronunciation and diction, and it is transformed by a traditionally deep, authoritative male voice to a more diverse range of voices and accents in modern radio. So, technically, before it was more of male voice, but of course, as we became modern, we are having a lot of female voices that became very, very successful in the radio industry. Now, I'm going to let you listen to two sample radio voices or voice on radio. Which radio voice would you prefer? So I'm going to let you listen to two radio sample jingles, and by listening to the radio performer or announcer, try to maybe assess which one would you prefer to listen to. And yeah, maybe we will have a different preference, but yeah, that is okay. I'm just going to present to you some of examples, some of the examples that I have here. Let's start with the first one.
The best songs on the radio. This is my only favorite station.
All right, and then the second one.
In your face, all over the place. We're online 24/7. 24/7. You're listening to the hottest internet station. In your face.
Okay. Some of you might say the first one, the female voice, and some might prefer the male voice or the second one. Well, both voices actually possess the attributes of excellent voice on the radio, so having a very good voice quality, and they are very good examples to, yeah, specific examples that listeners would love to listen to on the radio. Now, what is really is it if we are going to say voice on radio? So from the blog of Robbins in 2022, he defined there what is an announcer voice. So technically, the voice on the radio. Attributes around a specific voice is that the first one is low range, the second is clear diction and articulation, and then the third one is an announcer voice is an expressive and authoritative voice, right? And another one from Mandy Martin in her blog entitled How to Make Your Professional Voice Sound Better. She included there five different attributes of having a very good voice quality. Number one, clear and easy to understand, articulate with word choice, engaging to captivate your audience. Number four is low toned rather than high pitched. And number three, varied with pitch. And this is to help draw attention. Okay. And in our primary book from Lustria et al., we have here the idea that naturally rich and lushly textured voice is an asset to an aspiring performer. So the deep voice plus the ability to talk in a clear, concise, and personable style is really very important. And the question is, can we improve our voice? Well, of course, yes. So, from our primary book, it said there, and I quote, every person can cultivate his or her voice to a level that is pleasing and appealing to listeners. And how can we do that? Can we enhance our voice? Yes, of course. We can strengthen a weak or a thin voice by doing correct breathing. Correct breathing will really do a lot when it comes to improving the quality of our voice. Correct breathing allows your lungs to replenish itself with air and do not gasp or force air into the lungs. That is like how it says when we do correct breathing. The lack of oxygen when speaking can make you squeak, and we don't want that to happen, especially if we are working on the radio and especially when we are live on radio. Poor breathing may be attributed to a number of things, such as bad posture. So, the slouching, like that, or slumping, sitting too rigidly twists and contorts your lungs and the diaphragm. And when our body is bent over, it's difficult to take in air freely. So, ev- bad posture really affects the quality of our voice. Relaxing our voice is very important. A relaxed voice sounds best, of course, and a nervous voice loses its depth, range, and texture. And if you are a radio performer, you must learn to relax before you go on air. And how can we do that? I have here some of the steps that we have. Rotating your upper body and head several times. So actually that is very common, especially when we are doing a lot of work. You can just simply do it while sitting, and then we can rotate our upper body and our head several times. Next is flexing your arms and shoulder muscles. They're very important. And also letting your jaw hang open. Yeah, just like that. And then shaking your arms will also help. Deep breathing exercise and humming, and also meditating. So I'm not sure if some of us are doing these particular exercises or relaxations, but these are the suggested ways on how we can relax our voice. Now, I would like to add about the diaphragmatic breathing exercise that I often do. The diaphragmatic breathing exercise is also known as abdominal breathing or also the belly breathing. So it helps you use your diaphragm correctly while breathing to first to strengthen the diaphragm, decrease the work of breathing by slowing your breathing rate, decrease oxygen demand, use less effort and energy to breathe. So during diaphragmatic breathing, you consciously use your diaphragm to take deep breaths. So, diaphragmatic breathing allows us to use our lungs at 100% capacity to increase our lung efficiency. We can actually do this about 3 to 4 times daily by standing or maybe sitting upright or even lying down. We can do the diaphragmatic breathing exercise. So I'm going to show to you an example on how I do it. I hope you will be able to appreciate this type of exercise. All
You are
right.
going to start
Let me
by
show this.
placing one hand on the upper belly and then the other hand on your chest. Now we are going to try to breathe in from the nose, breathe deeply from the nose, and then the idea is once you breathe in, you should be able to feel this hand moving forward, and this hand here should be motionless, so it's like the balloon expanding and then like that again. All right, so let us practice. Breathe in, breathe out. You will know if you'll be able to do it correctly if you feel that your hand over here is moving forward or expanding as you breathe in. You are going to start by placing one hand.
All right, so I hope that you will be able to do that as well. To sum it up, a good voice quality is naturally rich and deep voice that is clear, concise, and has a personable style. We can cultivate our voice by proper breathing exercise. Bad posture causes poor breathing, and learn to relax before going on air. And these are the sources that I have, my sources for this report. And before I end this one, these are my two discussion questions for everyone. Number one, if you were to hire a host for your radio magazine program, describe the quality of voice that you would require for your host. And number two, how does tone of voice impact a radio listener's engagement? I'm looking forward to reading your insights, and thank you so much for listening to my report.